Welcome to the Foster's Barbershop Podcast, where we talk sports, community, and real talk. Oh yeah, man. Today's episode is, man, talking about a lot of these people complaining about these haircut prices, man. I've been watching a lot of this stuff, taking it all in, because I'm an actual barber, listening to people who's not a barber, and to listen at that is it's a little frustrating. I started not to even chime in till I just start seeing more and more. I'm like, whoa, this is.
You know the crazy part about it. The thing is, Cam, I didn't realize it until you said something. Cam Newton was the one that set it off.
Yeah.
But then now I'm starting to see more and more content. I'm looking on my phone about barbers and stuff, and it's other barbers talking about the prices and this and that.
It's like a real. I'm like, whoa,
few people complaining.
Yeah, I'm like, what's going on, man? And so, first thing I just want to point out is this. I want everybody to get a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle. That's what I tell all my clients. We talk about this a lot. I say, draw a line down the middle, and on one side of the paper, I need you to put blacks. And then on the other side of the paper, I need you to put others. And add up how much you spend on the black side a week. Add how much you spend on others, how much you spend on that side in a week. Then add how much you spend on the black side in a month. And add how much you spend on other side in a month. And just keep going forward, so far and so forth. And what you'll find out and what you'll see is you don't spend a lot on this side. You spend very little on this side.
Well, the rebuttal to that is this.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't a lot of black businesses out there. And people going to spend money on things that pretty much, where they can find it at. So, for the most part.
Yeah, and I figure that's people most rebuttal. That's why I'm prepared for that rebuttal. So for that rebuttal, that's more for you to spend on this side, because you don't have that very many of us on this side. You don't have that many of us dominating any industry that much anymore. Barbering is one of those industries that blacks or people of color are still somewhat dominant in. Then what else you may have? Soul food and barbecue.
Yeah. Okay, so we got the barbecue restaurants. We know that.
We established it's only about 3 for the most part.
But see, that's the thing though. Okay.
So that's why we need to cherish that and water that, and go and help that out. Don't complain about the only 3 that we have left. And when you do the math, and when you do the analytics and the math on all of what I'm saying, you don't spend a lot on this side, like I was saying, in a week, in a month, or in a year.
So, $100. Cam Newton was complaining about $100. He said the barber charging $100 and all this stuff there. And I'm like, look, okay, Cam Newton is a multi-millionaire. $100 is like $1 to him. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm looking up right now. Okay, $100. $100 in the 60s.
That was $1,000.
It's worth, yep.
So you just add a zero. All you have to do, I already know, you add a zero to everything.
Yeah.
And you take away a zero, and that's what it was in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
So a haircut was $3 in the 60s.
Yeah.
You know how I know that? Because back in the day, an older gentleman came in here with a Florida Sentinel newspaper. It was from 1965. And he just gave it to me, right? Just let me see, how things were back then. But I looked at it and it hit me. I'm like, wow. You know what I saw in there?
What?
I saw a 1960, don't quote me, I don't know, it was late 60s though. So
in the 60s,
yeah, so it was a 1960 some odd Mustang Guess how much it was?
What?
$2,500. So at the time, brand new Mustangs were going for $25,000.
25,000. Yeah.
So I started doing that. I said, dang. So now I looked at, guess what else they had? They had a furniture set.
Mm-hmm.
Guess how much it was? $100. Rooms to Go got it for $1,000. So I started correlating. Oh.
Oh, I see. I didn't even look at it like that. So, okay, so.
And everything was like that. Because guess what else? Mr. Foster said his daddy made $35 a week. Add a zero, that was like $350 a week. In today's, and when I was reading that paper, and that cut out like 20 years ago, Foster's making $100 a week. He said he was balling.
Yeah.
But you add a zero, that's $1,000 a week. During that time that I was reading that paper. So inflation, look how that works, you know? And rent, I think Mr. Foster said he was paying $30 a month or something like that. And people struggling to pay $30 a month. It was like, yeah, bro. You know what I mean? Things were much cheaper back then. You know what I mean? I can remember when I first started cutting, man, I was $5, bro. No, I wasn't $5. I was free. Remember that heard? I was free.
Yeah. So free. And
yeah, bro. I was in junior high, bro. I'm 13.
Yeah.
I was free. And then, man, one day somebody told me, you know, like, bro, you need to start charging. And I was like, wow, because I would just like to do it. And so I started charging $2. Then I went to $3.
Yeah, I remember the $3 haircut.
Then I went to $5, and boy, $5 was like 100 back then, or 20. Oh, it was ridiculous, man. I had people complaining, man. You talking about like early 90s. People were complaining, boy, that I was $5. But I'm in high school. You know what I mean? And in that time, haircut was like 10 in the barbershop.
Yeah.
And I was 5
because
at home.
You ain't got the shop. They don't have experience to get in the barbershop, so you let little.
And I was 5 at home. You know what I mean?
You cut 10 heads, that's $50.
Yeah. So, you know, then just start, you know, moving, going forward. Then I remember it was 20. That's about 20-some years ago. So then that's where we go from there. You know, so now people still want that same price. I hear a lot of people saying, I remember. Well, if you're going to remember, let's remember everything. You know, let's remember it all. Why you just want to remember how much haircuts used to be? What about everything else? You know what I mean? How is the barber supposed to survive at $20 to $25 per head? What everybody that I've seen suggests the price should be. And how you going to suggest something that you don't, a field that you're not even in? You don't even know all the nuances of it to come with the price. This is what I'm looking at as a barber, looking at somebody that don't do something. That's just like anybody in any field. You listen at somebody, just say you're a football player. That's why athletes get mad at people who had never played before.
Right.
Oh, you never played the game. Well, how you think the barber feel? You never cut no hair.
It's amazing you say that because it's just like...
You never even worked in a barber. You don't know the game. You don't know. I'm going to tell you what, we just talked about it earlier. Had Keyshawn Johnson, one of my clients, back in the day. Say he had a barbershop in L.A. You talking about, it was some years ago now.
Yeah, he from South Central.
I don't know if he was telling the truth or not, but he has no reason to lie. He told me that his barbers, they pay $500 a week booth rent. So with $500 a week booth rent, how much you think the barber supposed to charge you for a cut? And that was back then.
Oh, back then.
Mr. Foster, I wasn't paying that much a week back then. I was paying $100 a week back then. I'm gonna be just very transparent with this so people can understand, man. So what else the barber has? The barber has 2 homes. The barber has 2 houses. People don't realize that. Yeah. He has to pay rent at the barber shop. He has to pay rent at home. He has to pay lights at the barber shop. He also has to pay lights at home. What about his health insurance? See, you guys work on jobs, they take it out of your check. Well, there's no check. So that comes out of your haircut prices. So what do you have? Rising health insurance. What do you have? Rising
cost of living, food, utilities, everything. Like our water bill, like $500 a month. I remember when the water bill was way less than that.
So okay, so screw the barber then. I mean, screw his health, screw his kids' health, screw things that he has to do pertaining to the barbershop and pertaining to his home. People never really think about those things when they think about the barber. You know, they just think about they giving him some money and not realizing also you're not just giving him some money, he's giving you a service. A service, might I add, that if you look in your photo album book, we in your photo album book, bro.
The barber.
Yeah. We at your wedding. We at your funeral. We at the prom. We at the first date. We there when we first met your mom and your dad. Job interview. Keeping the job. Keeping that girl. Those are the things that, you know, are important to a lot of people. When you go to when you look at that family photo, we there, bro. You think you took a family photo without the barber?
Had to go. You got to make sure you look good for the photo. Hold on, I got one for you. Well, I got one with Cam Newton. I got one for you. You complain about the barber charging $100. That's too much. Okay, what if the NFL owner said, you know what? Back in the day, we quarterbacks used to make this. Now, you making way more money than the quarterbacks did back in the day. What if the NFL owner say, you know what? We paying y'all too much money. Let's go back to the old prices.
Exactly. Could you survive? Fans might say, yeah, it'll be all right.
Yeah.
See, that's how these people sound on the internet with the barber. I've heard a lot of, man, a haircut. I'm finna drop some names, because you already named one, Cam. Willie D. And all these guys respect and watch their platforms, man. I still do, but this is here. I gotta call you out on this, bro.
Yeah.
You understand, Willie D? I'm calling you out, Willie. Like you're a rapper. You're not a barber. You can't suggest how much you can't suggest how much the barber supposed to charge when you don't deal with it and you're not in this industry. You don't know the nuances, again, like I said, of what we have to pay and things we have to do in order to be here. In order to take care of your family at home with the money, man. Some barbers, yeah, you got some barbers that are price gouging. But guess what? They're price gouging in every industry, sir. Every industry, people price gouge. Why bring light to this industry that is price gouging? You got some, hey man, they charging that price. They deserve that. They're good. They're giving you a great service, great environment. They're good people. They have great clients. You have great conversation in that barbershop. That barber, man, he there if you need somebody to talk to. That's a lot of things, man. Listen, we don't get paid for that. The barber is somewhat of a psychologist, man. You come in, you can come and talk to him, man. Come on, man. We don't get paid for that. We could be robotic and just not say nothing. Now, there's some bad barbers out there that you can't go to and have, but listen, man, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. There's a lot of great barbers out here that are asset to you, not only with your haircut. Man, listen, I hook a lot of guys up with jobs in here, man, because if you working, I'm working. That's what the barber do. You go to a barber, man, you know anybody, he gonna call one that, because he got everybody, a lot of these guys in there so he can get you a job. And he's gonna get you a job because you need to be working so you can pay for the haircut. And he will make sure you can take care of your family because he know you. He has a rapport with you now. He know your family. He know your son need stuff. So he gonna make sure he call one of his buddies up to get you a job. The barber ain't just cutting your hair. He's not a robot. He's an actual person. You know what I mean? That's an asset to you if he's a good one. Along with his resume of people that he knows that he can turn you on to, man, that can help you. And a haircut is not a hindrance. It's man, listen, it helps you to get things, man. you're gonna look good, bro. And again, like I said, you got a lot of guys out there price gouging, man. Yeah, it's too high for what they're doing. But you got a lot of people that's not. And then if the guy's too high, go to somebody who ain't. Ain't nobody, listen, ain't everybody in charge no $100, man. You go to where you can afford. If you can't afford Neiman Marcus, you go to dealers. You go to Walmart. You go to where you can afford. Okay, I can say a lot of things overpriced because, man, a Birkin bag, I think that's way too much for a purse. A Bugatti is way too much for a car. I don't see anybody, making any podcasts about that. There's another one, Nino Brown, podcaster. He got 2 or 3 episodes about the barber too high. When I look at his podcast, and I respect the guy, man, I watch a lot of his stuff, still do. But I got to call you out, bro. I mean, you on your show, you talking about the barber too high. Matter of fact, you told everybody to go out and get their own clippers and cut their own hair. Come on, man. Cut your own hair. And I'm looking at you on your podcast. You got Versace robes on, different colors every episode, brother. Okay.
How much that Versace robe?
They 500. I got one. He got several of them.
Did he make any videos complaining about?
No, he didn't. Matter of fact, he did have one because he was telling everybody, hipping everybody to how the Japanese people are.
Somebody Chinese.
Yeah, Chinese people with the fake stuff in it, but he still got it on. I've also seen this gentleman in a Rolls Royce with the lights. I know that was. You got the lights.
Oh yeah, inside.
Yeah. So he did. Yeah. Then I always see the designer's sunglasses and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Somebody like that should not be complaining about $100 for a haircut.
But see, not only that, it's something that you said about all of the things that the barber got to pay this and that and stuff like that. They're not factoring that in.
They're not factoring that in.
It's like Nino Brown. He's a content creator, but he started out rapping. It's like a rapper. He's saying, look, man, this is what I normally get paid to do a show. Now you want me to make less.
Exactly.
The artist gonna say,
you want me to go. I remember cats was getting 10 a show.
Yeah.
So I can say that. I can say, you rap artists, man, why y'all won't want 10,000 a show? I remember back in the day, man, dudes used to get 10 a show. Huh? I could say the same thing we said with football players. Man, listen, man, I remember y'all making 50,000 a year. Why you can't go back to that?
Yeah.
Come on, man. I think you're punching down. I think y'all punching down. Like when you go in Gucci and Louis, you don't complain about the price. You just go somewhere else that's cheaper. You don't go behind the counter. You don't go online and put Gucci on blast because all of us know that stuff is overpriced.
Yeah, facts.
It's just all about
facts.
Showing off. I mean, how can you pay $700-800 for a t-shirt, a white t-shirt with Balenciaga? That's ridiculous. That same person is complaining about the haircut prices. See, I understand if it's a guy that really busted out here, bro. He's struggling. He ain't making nothing. That guy, I mean, you can expect that from that person who really ain't got a lot going on, ain't got no money, He can't really afford. But it's the person that's pulling up with the Rolls Royce, these expensive cars, and all these, you doing all this other stuff, but you want to complain here. But you ain't complain at the restaurant at Ruth Chris when you went on a date. You ain't complain not one time about when they gave you that bill. You did. You ain't say nothing out loud though.
And then your trick bill, cause in that field they got several different women they take care of. I mean, come on, fam.
Who you think paying for the hairdos and nails?
And then not only that, another thing, you got levels of stuff like you just said. You have high-end barbershops, and you have mid-tier and low-end barbershops.
That's what you got. And that's in every entity.
Every industry, yeah.
Every industry you have that.
Football, you got good teams, you got bad teams. Basketball, same thing. A team who barely winning can't charge the same prices as Seattle Seahawks who just won the Super Bowl.
You can't do it. And you get in where you fit in. You know what I mean? Like I said, man, I do it all the time, man. I go in an expensive store, I look at the tag, and I walk out and go to somewhere where I know I can afford it. I don't sit there and tell them people to go down on their prices. I ain't going to Mercedes Benz and get upset at the price tag. I just go to Honda. I don't understand the big deal. Just go to Honda. You know what I mean? Like what you want? You want Mercedes to change their price to fit you. No, Mercedes gonna tell you to tighten up or go to Honda. Go to Toyota. And not to say Honda or Toyota are bad vehicles, they're great vehicles. That's the lane I like to be in anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm saying there's levels. Don't complain about a higher level. Just go to your level. You know, I don't, and then, like I said again, being it's February, it's a good time to talk about this because, like, again, how much money do you spend on the black side of the list? We don't spend a lot of money on the black, and I say we don't spend a lot on the black side of the list. We spend more light bill, phone bill, cable bill, health insurance, life insurance, Nike, Adidas, Delta, Marriott, restaurant, Taco Bell, everything on this side, bro.
How big? It's amazing you said something about Black History Month. This is February, Black History Month. How big is the barbershop, specifically the black barbershop? Like, how big of a role that is in the month of Black History? Like, if you was to look at it from a historical standpoint, back with the Cab Calloway days, and we just put the conch in their hair and all that stuff there, people still had to go to the barbershop to get shaved up or maybe lined up or whatever. However, like I would just like to know the history, like this, how that tie into Black history, like what part of, like a Black history, like a known fact. Did you know that the first recorded haircut in the hood or whatever, it was in Black Bottom in Detroit, and it was a barber by the name of such and such, and this was the first pair of clippers that they had, and he was the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just thought about that. You just saying that.
Well, I know I did a lot of studying on the barber history, going even further back than what they taught us in barber college. You know what I mean? So I knew way back, like, the barber was only for the priests and the wealthy back. I'm talking thousands of years ago. Somebody with no money couldn't even get it because it was only designed for the priests and the people that were rich. Mm-hmm. Then later on it came more domestic, where everybody can get one. And then what I was somewhere.
That was back then. So yeah, so I'm like, yeah. See, they have to factor in.
Yeah, then you come on up. He was bootleg doctor and dentist. That's why these chairs are similar to the dentist chairs. Because the barber, back in the day, used to pull your teeth and do medical procedures in the barber chair. So that's why the barber and the doctor and the dentist, they all wear that white jacket. They all pretty much came from that same thing. And the barber was the bootleg doctor and dentist, for real. That pole represents, a lot of people don't know that pole.
It's the barber pole.
Yeah, the barber pole. The red is for the blood. The white is for the towel. And the blue is for the oxygen. So that towel used to be out in front of the barbershop before the pole. So yeah, red for the blood and the white from the cloth. And so they just added the oxygen, I guess, later with air. I don't know. That's what those colors represent.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then so when I went to take my state board exam, so now I'm sitting right next to a dentist. We all taking the same exam. That's why I tell people, like, it ain't just, and I heard one guy ain't no real skill. Well, what am I in there with them for then? So because what you have to learn in barber college, you have to learn anatomy and physiology. So it's not just what you think. So that's why I say a lot of people, they on the outside looking in, man. You don't know. And if you don't know, don't just talk if you don't know. You don't know. And then I heard one guy, I don't know if he was a barber or not, he come into the barber shop, going in on one guy, I guess he charged $100 or whatever. So, man, you charging that in this neighborhood? You know, these people don't even have light bills that high. I thought that was a little too aggressive, and I think it was, bro, listen, he was doing too much. And then, here we are again, right? So what he's saying is, a large sum of money can't be spent in the black community. It can only be spent in other communities. Is that what you heard?
I mean,
Because he said, why you charging that in this community? So you finna take that money and go to another community and spend it.
facts.
It got to be spent.
Yeah.
So why did it always have to be spent in another community? And it's only $100. Not saying only like it ain't a lot. You know, I don't want to like it's not a lot.
Diminish.
You understand me? But let's be realistic here now. You know, again, like I said, you got so here we go again. Let's go let's go 50. You got 50. Barbecue sandwiches probably 15. Soul food nowadays probably 20. With a drink probably $25.
Yeah.
So you're 25, 50, and you're not doing this every week, more than likely, because we spread it out because we don't like to do too much like that. So we spread that out. So you don't have too much invested on this side. And I tell a lot of people also this, go in your closet. I said, go in your closet and add up how much stuff that's owned by ethnic in your closet. Go in your cabinets in your house. We don't have, so when we have something, let's cherish that. And you know, come on, man. Don't kick it when you could be kicking Gucci and Louis. Another one. Man, the Dayton prices done went up. Yes, Dayton's for your car, the rims. But we still rolling. Nobody complaining about the Dayton than the rim cost. Rim cost way more than they used to be back in the day, Herb.
Yeah, facts.
Trues and Vols, bro. You get Trues Vols. It was $1,000, wasn't it?
Yeah, Trues and Vols, 30s and lows, Crush, doggone. You forgot about the music. Sherwood amp.
And they're going way too far now with the cars. Because you just got to paint. You get the interior, music. Man, they're doing the rotisserie now.
Yeah.
You know what that is, right?
Yeah, the bowling ball.
You know what the rotisserie is, right?
Talking about with the cars?
Yeah.
No, what's that?
Okay, the rotisserie is when you take everything out of the car. Engine, everything. You just down to the frame. And you put it in the paint shop and they roll it around like a rotisserie chicken, spraying that paint on it. And then when it dry, they put all the stuff back on.
What?
Now you know that costs money, huh?
Oh man, so I didn't even know that.
Yes, it's called a rotisserie. But you playing by me. But when you see the cat coming through, they done put the thing on a rotisserie, bro. That costs way more money to paint.
Yeah.
Because you paint jams, you paint the engine, you paint everything this new color.
Then you know you gotta have some music in it.
Okay. You got Forgianos, you got Dayton's, they got the rim, grill, all this stuff. They invest all their money in that though. I see it back and watch. And only for you to become a target, man. Man, you a target, man. We gotta slow up on that, man. Slow up, bro. You making yourself a target for a negative. The police, hey, that's an investigation. Also, the Jack Boys.
Wrong attention.
Yeah, man, they come to your house, man, with that,
Wrong
man,
attention.
follow you home, man. I don't think that's a good idea. We need to slow up on that. I know that's off topic, but they're still all in this. Slow down, y'all. Y'all need to stop this, man. It's ridiculous, man. You know, make that list. Make that list. Black on one side and the other side,
Yeah,
and it'll come to you.
You know what? In closing, I will say this: you made a compelling argument, and it's like, you know what? You got them looking at it from a different perspective.
Which they need to, because I know they're just going on what they think. You know, you got to know. It's different between thinking and knowing, you know. See, you haven't even really sat down and really discussed things with a barber, you know, because if you did, you'll understand, man. Especially when I brought up that health insurance, man, because you know, like I had some health issues, man, just passed, man, and if I didn't have health insurance, which a lot of self-employed people, they need that money to pay for that on themselves, man. You got a job, man. They take it out your check. You know, we ain't no taking that out of our check. You have to pay for that yourself.
Yeah, so stop complaining and support the local black barbers.
And small business, man. Not only that, man. Small business in general, man. Thank you guys for watching the Foster Barbershop podcast. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Tune in to the next episode. Peace and love.